Hello friends! Today is Wednesday, February 17th. I am Leslie Bolus and this is Leslie's Cancer Confessions. This week, last night, I began taking cycle 8 of Ibrance, which means that I've been on Ibrance for 8 months now. So far today, I'm doing pretty good. It's been just shy of 24 hours. At the beginning of every Ibrance treatment, I feel a lot of achiness, very fatigued. I am feeling quite a bit of achiness in my lungs and a little bit of shortness of breath, and that might be because I did a little bit harder of a yoga workout yesterday. Lots of upward dogs and cobra positions, which stretches that out, and my hope in doing that is that I will release some of the scar tissue that is building up around my lungs from them being compressed with the fluid. And I think it might be working, but it also is a little uncomfortable. So I wanted to get on to the topic of some current things that are happening in the media with cancer. And what I'm about to say may be controversial, but this is an example. I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to make a political statement about these movements that I am speaking about. In the past several months, perhaps the past year, there's been a movement called Black Lives Matter. Now, whatever side of the issue you fall on, whatever you think about how this movement is being effective or non-effective, or whether you believe it's violent or militant or whatever your opinions are, the only reason that I'm mentioning it is as an example. I am very, very frustrated that in the past 6 weeks, 4 of the people that I know that I've contacted, that I've befriended through the internet, who have what I have, which is metastatic breast cancer, have died. And even more people who have terminal cancer of any kind have died. And I've known some people who've lost family members in recent months from terminal cancers. The reason I mention Black Lives Matter is no matter what you think of them, people know who they are, and they know that there are people in the movement who are trying to affect change. You might not agree with how they're doing it, but you hear something about them every single day. Do you hear about cancer every single day? Do you hear about changes being made in the cancer community, science, politics? In this current election, I've heard 2 people mention finding a cure for cancers. One of them isn't even running for political office right now. I think it's admirable that they've said they want something to change, but they've offered no solution or no real possibilities of how the change is going to happen. I think it would be really wonderful if enough people got as mad and as active as the people in the Black Lives Matter movement. There is a group, Metaviver and MetUp, who duplicate the way that the AIDS movement acted in the 80s, trying to affect change and receive treatment for their long-term terminal illness. Those movements are great, but they're not being publicized. People are pretty much unaware of who they are and what they're doing. They even had a meeting at the White House to gather on the lawn and essentially protest and ask for the government to do more. I didn't hear anything about that on the news. I saw a lot posted within the groups of people who have or have friends or family members with this type of cancer. I just think it would be really, really great if more were being done. I don't know the solution. I don't know what to suggest or recommend, but surely there are enough people out there who have someone in their family, someone who's a friend, a neighbor. Everybody I know knows somebody with cancer. And quite honestly, I am not a survivor of cancer. I live with cancer. I was told it'll be 5 years on the 28th of March that I had 1 to 3 years to live. So I've lived 2 years beyond my life expectancy. This is not average. I am above average. I always have been. If they say to me, this medication has a 1% chance that you'll have this side effect, don't worry about getting it. Only 1% of people do. I am going to get that side effect. So when they said you have 1 to 3 years, there's a small outlier group of people who live beyond that, I knew I was going to be that outlier. Because if anybody's going to get the weird percentage, it's going to be me. I'm not normal. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be here forever. This could be my year. And I don't want it to be my year. If you could have an extension on anything, on having to pay your taxes, or having to get your driver's license by a certain date, or an extension on just anything, on a debt that you owe, on a loan that you have, doesn't that make you feel great? Well, in the grand scheme of things, does that really matter? Cancer is cancer. It takes lives. Real people, not numbers, not statistics, but people who are friends, neighbors, daughters, sisters, lovers. And you can't get them back. I would just really like to encourage people to be as militant and in your face as the Black Lives Matter movement. Maybe they've got the right idea. Demand attention. And even if it's negative attention, you'll get it. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. But I'm talking to you, and maybe one of you do. I'm willing to take your suggestions. Maybe you could contact metup.org and become part of it. Help them to get the word out, because there are so many different forms of metastatic cancer, and it would be really great to get a cure. Now, I'm going to say I'm not going to be the first in line for that cure, because I've seen the movie with Will Smith, and the cure is not good. Not right away, not until it's been tested and proven. But once it has, I'm on board. I'd like the extension. I'd like the extra helping of life, please. I'd like to be here to walk my daughter down the aisle, see her graduate from college, watch my son become married, watch both of them have children, and to spend extra time with my very best friend, Mo. Have adventures, travel, meet people, learn things, grow. It's living, and we take it for granted when we're healthy, but I'm not healthy. So at any rate, the point I was rambling on trying to make is, if you don't have an idea of what to do, just like I don't, please contact people at metup.org and see if you can participate in some way to demand publicly that a cure be worked on. Not just treatments to extend our life, which is great because I like the extra 2 years that I've gotten, but a cure, something that can guarantee more than a month or a day or a moment. Thank you so much for stopping by Leslie's Cancer Confessions. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below the video if you're at YouTube, or contact Leslie at lesliescancerconfessions.org, and that'll get an email to me. Also, too, be sure to check my other blog, which is Leslie's Beautiful Life, and I will be sharing things there about health and fitness and diet and Vitamixes and all the things that I use and do that make my life so